Today I'm going to talk about a buzzword that's been going around the past several years, self-care. We've all heard it, and some of us try to apply it. Probably a lot of us try to apply it to our lives every day. Today I'm going to share a little bit about just my thoughts on it. But first I do want to share or say that this is a collaboration with Anna from Just Making It Work. She is a very, very sweet and wise woman. She shares not only homeschool stuff, but she also has like just real life living type efficiency and chores and day-to-day tasks and things like that. So she kind of shares a wealth of knowledge about a little bit of everything. So make sure you check out her channel. And then there is a whole playlist of other ladies who are going to be sharing their thoughts and kind of tips and tricks and ideas of self-care. So make sure you check out that playlist down below after you finish this video. If you are coming from someone else's channel, hi, my name is Lauren. I am a homeschooling mom. I have 3 girls, 5th grade, 3rd grade, and 1st grade. I had to think about that for a second. I homeschool 2 of them, and one of them for the first time is going to a Christian school this year, my 3rd grader. So this year is looking a little bit different. Anyway, so I want to share just a quick video, quick few words about self-care. When Anna first asked me to be part of this, I said, sure. And then I thought about it and I'm like, am I really a person who should be talking about self-care? So here's a quick little story. A few weeks ago, my husband, I mentioned something about my bra, honestly, and I was like, this wire's poking through and this, and I just need to throw this thing away. And he looks at me and he's like, well, what about that gift card I gave you for our anniversary, which was in January? So this conversation happened, I think, in like November. So he gave me a gift card to Victoria's Secret in January, like, because I said I needed some new bras and I really like their bras and all that. He asked me, well, what happened to all those, didn't you get stuff from the gift card I gave you? And I just kind of like smiled and laughed and like, you know. And he just looked at me and was like, oh, you didn't use it, did you? And I was like, I meant to, but I just have not gotten around to it and this and this and this. And I just really didn't find the time for myself to do that. So I, yes, have been walking around needing new stuff for myself, and having literally a gift card there that says, here you go, spend me. And have I spent it? Absolutely not. I don't know why. I just always find more important things to do. Obviously, that is not a great example of self-care. Maybe I'm not the best at like taking care of myself as far as like clothes and stuff like that, but I make sure I do get a little bit of time to myself not every day, but most days. And I think that really, really helps my mind and my mentality and helps keep me a little bit more grounded so that I can, we have long days as moms. The days are very long. So that's just personally what really helps me, but that might not be what you need. I just want to share that, I'm not going to sit here and give a list of like, do this, here's some ideas. There's self-care means so many different things to different people. So it's going to look different for everybody. Like what helps me is not going to help you. I just kind of want to encourage you, like we moms, and I'm not to say that like dads don't have their things, because they do, but I feel like us as moms, it's just so easy to put everything else first, the house, the kids, most of us are homeschoolers, so homeschool, all of that comes first, dinner, like all of that has to be done, but we don't have to buy ourselves a new bra. Like we have to feed our kids. They need clothes, they're growing, they need new shoes, they need all of that. We can continue to wear the same old ratty sweatshirts for several years, case in point. It's just so much easier to put everybody else ahead of us. And there is a time and a place for that. I don't think it should be the opposite where you just only think about yourself, but I think most moms are probably not doing that. I just want to be an encouragement, especially, this time of year, it's the holiday season. We are all kind of in a tizzy, in a rush to like, make sure it's a perfect, have the experiences, get the gifts, get everything done, have the house decorated, and make sure we have the memories and all of that stuff. And it is really easy for us to forget about ourselves. And I really do think it is important for there to be space for us to not forget about ourselves. I don't think Jesus has called us to do that. I don't think he has called us to just completely forget about ourselves and cater to everybody else and the whims of everybody else. I think we do need to set a time for ourselves. I actually made a video about this last year, and I did mention how Jesus did take time for himself. He took time away, and it wasn't because he was selfish, it was because he needed to renew himself so that he could be a blessing to others. And we all know that. That is not something that is probably new. Even if you're not a Christian, we all know we have to kind of, the quote is like, fill your cup up so that you can help others. So I don't feel like I'm saying anything new, but just to kind of be an encouragement, find whatever works for you. And again, that's going to be different. And it might even be different depending on the year and the season. Like something that worked for me and what I needed several years ago is not what I need today. And so that's going to continue to change and evolve. And so I think it's important to kind of be cognizant of what we need. Maybe you think, well, the self-care that I'm doing now, I've been doing for all these years, but maybe it's not serving you as well today as it has in the past. And maybe it's time to reevaluate that and say, well, what else can I do now to kind of help fill that cup, fill that void. And again, I know it's kind of a tough line because people say, well, Christians especially, like only Jesus can fill that, but and only God and all of that. But I think that he gives us things here on earth for our pleasure and for our enjoyment and for our and just to appreciate, you know. With that, I'm still working on it. I am not perfect, and I don't think most of us will probably ever arrive at like, here it is, here's my list of things that I do, and I can always get them all done as far as doing things to keep ourselves and keep our cups full. I think that it's always going to be a juggle. I think that things are going to have to, you know, it's always about finding that balance. But I think just being aware of it, and I think this is the key thing, factoring it in, putting it on your calendar. If you don't do a calendar, just like making a mental note, okay, every day at this time I do this, or every week, or whatever it may be. I think having it written down, or even in your mind or on your phone or somewhere, because a lot of times the things that we say, well, we kind of like leave for in the margins of life. A lot of times those margins get filled with everything else. And so it's easy to push that away, right? How many millions of times has that happened to you? So having it scheduling this specific time, whenever it is, daily, weekly, monthly, maybe, like I said, it's a yearly trip, whatever it may be. Hopefully you're doing something more than just once a year. Hopefully you're doing something daily, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something, just to remind yourself you're worth it, you're important. Your family deserves that. You do so much, you know, as a mom, you do so much for your family, and you know you do. And a lot of times we run ourselves ragged trying to be everything for everybody. And it's okay to take that time, because at the end of the day, they'll appreciate you more. And I think that our families love us enough to know that, you know what, we want mom to be happy as well. Try to figure out, what do I need the most of, and try to make that happen. Talk to your spouse, talk to your kids, work on it together. And hopefully they will support you in that and encourage you to do the same. So having that time, again, making sure just encouraging you to find out what it is that can serve you well. And second, scheduling that time. Pray about it. Pray that God will show you something. And you might have to try a few different things and a few different time blocks and things like that. It will be a little trial and error, but I think it is totally, totally worth it. And again, I'm talking to myself too. If it's a struggle for you, just remember, you are not alone. I promise you are not alone. Not every other mom has it together. And it's you that are just like the nincompoop who doesn't know what they're doing. Like you are not alone. This is just like a little encouragement, sisterly talk, sisterly advice. Again, just to encourage you. That's my heart. And so thanks again. I love you all. I appreciate you for being here. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, I would love to have you here. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day and a blessed Christmas season, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.